I was getting feedback on the microphone and the other goodies, so I had to mute the microphone and then readjust stuff. And I'm gonna. This is my first time trying to do something like this, and I figured I'd set it up just right where everybody could see what I got going here. And I think I got it right. Yay. Alright. Yes, really. This is Micah Bay, work in progress. And as for playing with toys, who says I'm playing with toys? I'm being creative. There's a difference. Yeah, yeah, that too. Uh, I don't want to waste my money on drugs. When let's trying to find the right words for this. When I was a teenager, I loved comic books and I got addicted to them. And in between the stories, they'd have these little itty bitty stories. And they'd basically teach you a little idea, and hopefully you'd remember it. Like, say, for instance, I remember this one little story. It basically was like, say, Spider Man. He went to a hospital to see his Aunt May. She was in there for a checkup, and then he met another young lady who was in there for something other than being in for a checkup. She was in there because her body was shutting down, and the reason her body was shutting down was because she was taking certain drugs that weren't necessarily legal, and they were hurting her. It was those little stories that taught me to be mindful of what you spend your money on and whatnot. And drugs, you really don't get anything from them. So I spend my money on my hobbies. Um, I've had to start over many a times. I bet there's a lot of people online here who've basically had to start over from scratch. Um, Suffices to say, I learned a lot from comics. Now, on for what I've been working on here, this diorama is going to be a mixture of every dimension you can think of once I'm done with it. But right now, this is what I've gotten thus far. I had some turret bases that didn't necessarily come out the way I wanted them to. So I stripped them and used them on the Mecha Bay. Eventually, I'm going to probably close these areas off. I haven't quite gotten there yet. And make it to where it will look like that area is in its own little dimension or something along those lines. Maybe I'll, something I haven't really came up with an idea of what I want to set that up. Yikes. uh, This one right here is a custom rebuild. It's supposed to be the King class alien. Um, the head actually splits like that. Um, it's not that hard to create a king out of the queen. Just basically do some minor modifications to the head to match up to the design. Was using the the action figure that they put out from, I think it's Migo. Yeah, and the it's got a double spiked tail. I didn't have anything that did the double side, so I used this tri attachment to give the double tail. And then I have my little army of Xenos. I got one that's scarred. I want to get the other one that's unscarred to add to my collection. Um, I'm a big fan of the Predators and whatnot. My own personal mini me. Hmm, I'm angling it wrong. I added in those to give the complex a little more of a detail. Um, yes, these panels come off so you could see the inside. And yes, I detailed it almost to be exact to that of the coagulation from the first Halo game. That's basically what I was trying to design when I came up with this. I saw somebody else do one that was a little more simpler, didn't have a lot of the extra goodies that I've added to this. I've got my half-track goose. I call it the Caterpillar. Kater. I know I'm being a little goofy, but I had fun making that one up. This, I'm like, a flame hog. Why not give a flame hog a flamethrower? Thank you for the thumbs ups. I greatly appreciate it. Um, the truck is almost 90% stock. The only thing that's not stock is the um, pretty much everything that's underneath there that was added. Um, eh, eh, eh. Might as well do it live. Okay. The bottom base I filled in pretty much all the way up to a certain point. That way I could be able to add in the swivel. And yes, it sits just like that. And then when the crate goes down, and it'll actually fit nicely in there. I had fun coming up with that design. And then, if anybody's curious, uh, 90% of this kit is two different bases. They're on Amazon. They're the more recent version of the Floodgate. I took two of them. I built this up as the original setup, but then I decided to take the extra set of the Floodgate and added in the the other direction on the factory. I, I've never been really good at names for the factory stuff. And then, let's see. I added in the swivel block. I added that in myself. I had fun doing that. And then, yep. It works the way it's supposed to, just like any factory, which is it's fun to design stuff from scratch. And then, yes, I'll admit it, I'm using bits and pieces. I don't have a whole lot of parts to work with, so I'm working with what I have. I love my ladder. It, to me, this is the way a factory would look like, to be able to get up on certain scaffoldings to fix whatever might be broken down if I were to actually own a factory. And I got that ladder. I'm going to be adding more characters to it to make it look more alive. But for now, this is what I've gotten done so far. I've been taking pictures of it as I've been building on it and posting them on my Discord. Eventually, I'll be promoting my building block Discord, and I'll probably put it on either this video or the following videos that revolve around my building ideas. Eventually, I'm going to probably be adding flood to the mixture, and I added actual the beam cannons from the old kits way back to the models now, to where it actually has a true sentinel beam underneath, like the games did. That way I can actually say, hey, I got an actual sentinel beam cannon added to the model. I'm going to try to make more of them eventually. This is going to be a fun kit as I get further on the design. I'm hoping to make like a mecha lion of some sort. And then I got a Master Chief idea over here for a friend of mine. He's in the military, and I wanted to try to come up with one that would fit him. Being that he's a big fan of the Chief, so I was like, I want to make a mecha for him, just for him. And then we've got my other two warthogs, my recon with a Gauss cannon on the back, standard machine gun on that one. This kit was fun to put together, and then this particular gimmick, I was like, wow. Basically, can hold. I think it can hold those jobbies on it, but I'm like, I'm not gonna take a chance. Sure, I could probably put in that. But I think the back bumper looks just right way it is. Being that I already have one with rear gas tanks. I don't need two vehicles with rear gas cans. The other addition I did to this was I added a machine gun to the back where it holds on to it. I added in an extra gun on the inside. And oh yeah, I decided to be a smartass and put the steering wheel on the passenger side instead. uh, I'd say about all of my vehicles. Yeah, it looks like I put the steering wheel on all of my vehicles on the other side. Yep, all of my vehicles are reverse steering. That's interesting. Okay. There's no such thing as a passenger seat on this thing. Yeah, I figure I'd have him hissing at that while it's taking a pot shots at that. Eventually, I'll try to add more of the what should we call it? More flying vehicles for the bad guys. Covenant. It's been a while. And yeah, it's a multi-dimension snafu. We got turtles, we got Star Trek, we've got Xenos, aliens, and then robots from the turtles. I'm having fun. uh, Other than that, I've been having fun building on this. As I get further on the design, I'll make more videos and show off my design. I appreciate all of those who have watched my video and are watching. I greatly appreciate you. I love this last little bit. The last video I did stated that I was at 100 subscribers. I'm now up to 102. I can't thank you enough. Till all are one.